Hey Jory, how does mommy help you?
She can help me with the dishes. She can help me vacuum. She can give me a ride, help me drive the car, and she can help me water plants, help me water flowers, and she can help me with the steps, and she can give me a bamboo when it's fall.
Okay, one of my favorite memories that I have with my mom is growing up. I was maybe a little bit of a rebellious teenager, and my mom would, at nights, I would be watching TV or something, and she'd come and sit on me and just kind of drill her elbow into my chest until she could get me to talk to her. That's one of the things I've always loved about my mom. She always she talked to me as a person. I never felt like I was like a child or being disciplined. I felt like I was her friend and her teammate. And I always just had that great relationship with my mom, and she shared that with everybody. You know, all my friends loved to come over to my house because my mom was everybody's best friend. She was always doing fun things and always just caring about others and treating us like equals. So that's really one of my favorite memories I have with my mom.
A fond memory I have of my mom is just us driving in the car. We had a red minivan, and we'd just sing these old cassettes, and I don't even know, I've tried to find the name of a few of them, but can't find them, but just driving in the car, singing together.
So the immediate memory that comes to my mind when I think of my mom is music. And my mom had such a willingness to share her talents with others. And as I was growing up, it seemed that every single weekend she was either playing at a wedding, playing at a funeral, playing at a program, or accompanying someone for a musical number, or playing a musical number herself. And she also taught piano lessons in our home, so we always had music in our home. And so I would say, just as I was growing up, music was a huge part of my memories with my mom. And as I think about her, she's also a woman who's greatly blessed my life. And a lot of this is because of music. She passed a love of music on to me and also to my children. All four of our children play the piano very well, and she taught them to play the piano and also instilled a love for music in each one of them. And along with music, my mom's also gone through a lot of struggles and difficulties in her life from a very young age, and she's just taught me to persevere and to endure and to get through those difficult times by having a positive attitude and by having faith and trust in the Lord, and by relying on the Savior's atonement to get through those hard times. And even though she's going to be 80 this summer, she continues to teach me and to bless my life each and every day. And I'm so grateful for her. I'm grateful for my daughter, who's an amazing mother. And I'm grateful for all of the women and mothers out there that bless our lives.
My wife, Susan, is such a great example to me. She has such great faith in our Savior, Jesus Christ, and love for Him, and a great faith and testimony of the power of the priesthood. It is always inspiring, uplifting, and what a blessing in my life.
Whenever I think of my mom, I just think of someone who is always hardworking and always willing to help me with whatever I need, whether that be staying up late to work on a project with me that I forgot about, or making my meals, or doing my laundry, helping me pay for gas, supporting me in everything I do. That's just the first thought that comes to my mind. And I know she's blessed my life in so many ways through giving me life advice and being such a great example to me and everyone around her, and I really look up to her.
Hi sisters, Debbie asked me if I would share a fond memory of my mom from when I was growing up. And the first one that came to mind was one time we were making a chocolate cake together. I can't remember if it was for a special occasion. I think it might have been for maybe my dad's birthday or my brother's birthday. Anyway, my mom took the cake out of the oven, and in some series of events, it ended up going flat on the tile floor, and she just burst out laughing. I still remember that, just that she was able to laugh at something that would ordinarily make someone really sad. So I love that memory of her.
So the bishop asked me to give one good memory of me and my mom. And so the best memory I can remember is, so we went to Lagoon, and my dad doesn't like to ride the big scary rides, and so me and my mom went on them together. And she also, another good memory, she took me to this nice restaurant for my birthday called Ruth Chris, and that was really nice. And so those are my good memories of my mom.
And I also wanted to share of a time when a woman did something special for me. And there are so many times, gosh, it was hard to narrow one down, but one in particular was when we were living in Minot, North Dakota, 1,000 miles from home, from our families, and I had just found out that I was going to miscarry a baby that we were having. I was 13 weeks along. I just found out that we were going to miscarry, and I let a few friends of mine in the ward know, the ones who I had told I was pregnant. And later that week, I think it was the next day after I found out, my friend showed up at our doorstep with a big bowl of soup and homemade rolls and a dessert for us. And I will never forget that meal that she provided for my family when I was in such agony and pain, that she did such service for my family. I asked her for the recipe for that soup, and it's so delicious. Every time we make it, I think of that service that she did for me. So I hope you all have a happy Mother's Day. I sure miss all of you. Bye.
Alright, so I'm here and I'm supposed to talk about my mother. And my mother, she is an incredible woman. She is true blue, honest, happy-go-lucky, but lets you know when you need to fix things. It was so hard for me to pinpoint an actual memory I have of her because she has been in all of my memories. There was not one time that really stuck out, but she taught me that extravagant gifts aren't love. I mean, they can be love, and they are wonderful to have, but even all the gifts that she has given me, I don't really recall them. And as I thought on this, the things that come back to me were those late night chats that we would have. We would laugh, we would cry, we would giggle, we would get in trouble. My dad would come out and tell us we were too loud and noisy and we needed to grow up and go to bed. So those times were the best ones. I had the most endearing, the most loving, and the funnest that I was given. In fact, she taught me many times how to adorn trees with colorful toilet paper. And while this is happening, she also taught me how to run from the cops in a proper way. So we jumped in a lot of ditches. Also, obviously it didn't stick entirely, the whole running from cops, because I married one. He can't get mad at me now. But anyways, it was those times where I could trust her and we could gain a great love and understanding for one another. She never had a mother. She grew up motherless, and the stepmoms she had weren't the kindest, and so to me she is such a great strength that she was able to push forward and become the person she is today. And because of the person she is, I am the person I am, and I'm truly blessed and truly grateful for the example she has given to me. She's hugged, she's loved, she's laughed, she's cried, she's done all these things to teach me to be a better mother myself. And Margaret Nadal, I think that's her name, she said something along the lines of, when you observe a kind and gentle mother in action, you see a woman of great strength. So for me, my mother is my great strength, and I'm truly blessed to have her.
A fond memory that I have of my mother is once I was climbing a cherry tree and the branch I was on began to snap, and she heard my cries and came to help me down. How a woman has blessed me in my life is my mother has been there for me whenever I needed her, and I love to hear her tell me true bedtime stories.
Hey Jory, what's a happy memory you have with Mom?
Going to the park, and doing ice skating, and being a ballerina, and doing ballet, and swimming in the swimming pool. Yeah.
Okay, so the time a woman has blessed my life, definitely my wife has blessed me many times over. But just in general, she's always been my greatest support. When I have a hard day, when I'm not sure what I should do, I can talk to her and bounce ideas off of her. And she can deal with my frustrations and my stress and help me come out feeling better about it. We've moved 9 or 10 times since we've been married now. She's dealt each time like a champion and helped me pack things up and help us move to wherever new job I've got and every new opportunity I have. She's always been game to go along with me on my crazy ideas and my crazy adventures, and I'm extremely grateful for her in my life.
How a woman has blessed my life, basically, no better example, I think, than my wife. It's given me 2 beautiful kids. Together we've gone on many crazy journeys and experiences, and basically just built this wonderful life together.
My mom was always home when I came home, usually sitting at the sewing machine on a project of some sort. She was always there ready and wanting to hear about the day, and her question was always, "Did you win?" She always wanted us to do our best.
One of my favorite memories with my mom is just like how she's helped me through it all. She's helped me with school, she's helped me with my talents, she's helped me through the hard times, and she's always just been there for me and supported me and helped me become the best woman I can become. And also another woman who has helped me is my grandma. Now she's so nice, and she's always supported me through all of my hobbies and activities like softball and dance, and she's always just held on to what I want to do through it all, and they've both blessed my life so much, and I don't know where I would be without them.
So my favorite memory with Mom was at Lagoon, because, well, Lagoon is a very fun place for one thing, and it's just great that she would take us somewhere like that. And even though it's pretty expensive, well, I thank her a lot for doing that.
What was your favorite ride there?
And my favorite ride there, well, I never really liked the cannibal, but as soon as I wrote it, it was pretty fun, yeah.
My mom helped me in my life is she helps me do some of my homework and learn more. She doesn't do all my homework though, so it's not like I'm cheating and using my mom as a calculator or something. And a funny story about my mom is that when she was crossing in 2 countries in Europe, her knee dislocated and she dropped me on my face, and I wouldn't look at her for 3 days.